Now, time slips is a phenomena where an experiencer will seem to be experiencing either a past or even a future event.
All right, guys, we're here today with my friend Tim Swartz, and we're going to be talking about Time Travel Con, and we are going to be doing our final push with my friend Lorian Fenton. She is running the conference, and it is fully virtual, and it's only $20 for 6 speakers. It's going to be a super fun event, and I'm going to bring in Tim to explain a little bit about what he'll be discussing as a sneak preview exclusive. How you doing, Tim?
Hi, Ty. Thanks for having me on today.
Give a little brief overview of what you're going to be talking about, what you're going to be discussing at the convention, and how you got into all this.
Sure. Well, I'm going to be talking about time slips, and my lecture is actually entitled "Time Slips: Stepping Between the Cracks of Reality." Now, if your audience doesn't know what a time slip is a fascinating phenomenon where somebody will experience what appears to be a past or even future event. Now, sometimes these time slips are very brief. Probably one of the more common types of time slips is, say, somebody will be driving down the road or taking a walk, and they'll see a house or a building that they've never seen before. And later when they come back, they'll find that house or building's not there. Sometimes they'll go and check records and see if maybe there was something there before. Sometimes in these cases, there will have been a building, in the past that's now gone. Or sometimes, and this is even more mysterious, there was never anything at that location. There are also multiple witness time slips where you'll have a group of people who will have an experience. And usually when you have a group of people, the experience tends to be a little bit more extensive,
Right.
with actual contacts with people. Again, I'm the future. And then later, once again, the same kind of mysterious phenomena. They'll come back at a later time and find that there's nothing there. So it's just really an interesting phenomena. And, I ran across this years and years ago. I was writing a book about time travel. And I started off with, probably the normal assumptions. You're writing a book about time travel, is
Quote unquote normal assumptions.
right. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. When it comes to time travel, I think most people go into like the pop culture references.
Of course.
Where somebody builds like a time machine, like the old movie, The Time Machine, the guy, built this time machine and had the big rotating disc on the back, and he had, he had the lever that said past or future on
Right.
it.
Or even more, even more recent, huge blockbuster films like Avengers did time travel.
Yes.
And, this is something that I think people have theorized or, craved, whether it's information or nuts and bolts, like trying to create something. This is something that humans have longed for, the idea of manipulating time at their will.
Definitely. Who among us has not wondered if some past historic event actually happened?
Right.
Or what's going to happen to us, in the future? Or probably even more common, how many of us have thought about something that you've done in the past that now you cringe about,
Right.
and you wonder, could I?
If
go
I could
back
only
and
go back. What I find really interesting about the concept of time is, for the most part, it is human. It's a human-centric conception. Now, and even in things, UFO close encounters, people will describe time slowing down. time being affected in some form or fashion, whether it's a loss of time or time slowing down. Now, this is a time travel convention, but how closely tied into this are you with the UFO field?
Oh, well, I've written a number of books and articles about UFOs.
Right.
Anybody who looks me up, will see that. And time travel is probably one of my favorite theories to explain the UFO phenomena.
Right.
Now, of course, I also kind of consider that the UFO phenomena is a little bit of all of the above. Could be extraterrestrials, could be interdimensional, could be time travelers, could be a like a hidden civilization that exists right here, on our planet. I think all of them are a possibility and may actually all be occurring at the same time. But I think that time travel, if you look at a lot of past cases, seems to be a very possible explanation on what's going on.
Right, and we could take it back to Einstein and the his theory on relativity and how he left it open for the wormhole, right? Basically the wormhole, and what the possibilities of a wormhole could be, and could you actually get or go from point A to B, without actually traveling the distance that is associated with it. So I think encapsulated with time travel and time itself is such a unique topic to think about and to explore and to dive really deep into. And I'm sure it can be confusing or frustrating at points, but why have you done this for so long?
It's a mystery, isn't it?
It's a mystery, yes.
And I've always been fascinated by mysteries, especially of the paranormal variety. UFOs, ghosts and hauntings, cryptid creatures. I mean, those are the things that to me just really help keep us going. I feel sorry for people who, will look at this stuff and just say, there's nothing to it. And it's just like, wow, it's such a narrow viewpoint of the world. And, our universe, our reality is just so complex and mysterious that take that narrow viewpoint, it just really, I think, diminishes the way we look at our reality. And it just, to me, all of this just shows that everything is a lot more complex than we even dare consider.
Right. I mean, you grew up thinking the world is very black and white. This happens multiple times in someone's life where, as you grow up, you think you got it figured out, right? I got it figured out. And then you hit puberty and you realize I didn't have it figured out at all. And then, throughout your life, you keep going through these points of I think I've got it, and something else will happen. So there's a lot of gray. It's not black and white like we think it is. And, I think to say it is, or to say it's black and white, is a very naive thing. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think that the government has ever or continues to look into time travel and it's a possibility?
I do. I mean, we're going to have guests on Time Travel Con that they claim to have intimate knowledge of the government and military being involved in time travel research. And I'm not a scientist. I'm a journalist, so I'm going to report on what I've uncovered. But considering all the things that the government, military, and intelligence services have been involved in, that at one point we would consider woo-woo,
Right.
type of stuff. Remote viewing. Look at remote viewing. I mean, when
Insane.
when it first came out, that the military was, involved in experimenting with remote viewing, a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's not true. That couldn't have happened." Well, we do know it's true.
It
So
is
I
in
don't,
fact
yeah,
true.
I don't think that it is too far out of the realm of possibility that the possibility of time travel has been extensively researched over the years. Whether or not any of this has been successful, again, that's open for speculation, and there will be people, on the conference that'll be talking about it that has, a better and possibly even insider knowledge on this. But yeah, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that that there has been extensive secret research done on time travel over the years.
Yeah, and it's the convention's going to be a really really fun way for people to be able to watch and from anywhere, because it's not something that we're going to be attending personally. It is going to be virtual, right? So it's all virtual. I believe it's all virtual, correct?
Yes, it's all virtual, and you'll be able to watch all of our great speakers from the comfort of your home.
Right.
And I mean, it's going to be basically, an all-day event. So, really, people shouldn't miss this because it's just going to be, a fascinating day, and I'm sure that you'll come away with a lot more questions, maybe some answers,
Right.
To the things that you've been interested in, over the years.
Right, and I'm super excited to hear what you have to say and to hear your, call it a lecture, to hear what you have in store for us.
And
Yes.
my website is conspiracyjournal.com. And as I say, it's we've got all the weird news and information that they don't want you to know.
Ooh. Well, we would love, like I said, we would love to have you on the long form podcast one day and have you, tell us more about, some whatever is going on at the time. It was such a pleasure to have you here, and I cannot wait to hear you speak at Time Travel Con. By the way, visit timetravelcon.com, and tickets are only $20, so get them today. We have a little less than 6 days until the convention, and like he said, you can watch it from the comfort of your own home, and we look forward to seeing you then. For now, my name's Ty, and this is Tim, and we'll see you very soon.